Hi, my name is Traci Cornelius. I'd like to welcome you to Get Creative with Traci. A few weeks back I saw a video from Connie Stewart from Simply Simple Stamping, and she'd made a little shim for the Simply scoreboard, which is awesome. And it definitely does revolutionise things if you really like making boxes. So Judy, I know that you've recently got yours and you're trialling this out, so I'm dedicating this video for you. So what you want to start with is a piece of window sheet, and you want to cut it to 2 inches by 9 inches. I've made mine a little bit longer than Connie's. And then the first score that we're going to do is at 1/2 inch. So using the smallest end of your stylus, go to 1/2 inch. And when it comes to scoring window sheets, you do need to press quite hard, or keep going over it a few times. So holding that in place and really burnish into that mark. Okay, and then the next score that you want to do is at 1 1/4 inches. So just making sure that that's flat on. Go to 1 1/4 inches and then score down again. And again, you do want to be pressing fairly hard. Or like I said, just keep going over it a few times. Right, now you can pop that to one side for a moment. Next thing that you want to do is to cut a piece of cardstock. I'm using Coastal Cabana, really nice colour. And you want to cut that to 1 inch by 9 inches, and then just score that at 1/2 inch. And this is going to act as a way of you being able to see your shim in all of the array of crafting items that you actually happen to be having out on your desk at the time. So I'm just bringing in my bone folder, move the scoreboard out of the way for a moment, and now I can just burnish my folds. And I'm going to do the same on the window sheet too. And once you've done this, this will really help it to stay into position. So crease that really well, and then do exactly the same on the other side. And that's the basis of our shim. So what you now want to do is add some sticky strip to our cardstock. So just go right the way along. And do that on both sides, because you do really want to make sure that it adheres really well. So again, just putting that right the way along as well. And we're going to do one side at a time, so I'm just going to take off the back of the sticky strip. And I'm going to line this up. So the way that I'm going to line it up is I'm going to put it onto the end that I haven't taken the sticky strip off of yet, because that will make it a little bit easier. So lining it up really well, excuse me, make sure that the ends meet, butt it all the way up to the edge, and then I can just fold that over. And I'm just going to make sure that it's folded all the way along. Once you've done one end, it's pretty easy just to then finish it off by closing it all the way through. And then I can just get the bone folder and crease that down. And then it's pretty easy to do the next one, because you're just taking off the strip and folding it over. And because we've already scored the line, it just makes it really easy. Okay, So that's now all into place. So if I bring in the scoreboard yet again, that just clips over the top and it stays there. Now, I like, if I find something else, I really like to be able to play with it before I impart that knowledge on other people. So I have made a number of boxes, and one of the things that I found is that it does fit really well. The boxes are perfect, the lids fit perfectly every single time. You can see I've created other ones to go inside, but what you do need to do, found this out the hard way, is that when you're butting up your cardstock when you're going to make your lid, the first time I went to do this, I was kind of butting it up so hard that I actually went underneath the shim. So obviously then that didn't work at all. So you do want to be really careful of that, just to make sure that it butts up. And what it will do is that when you put your cardstock on for your lid, it will be approximately about just maybe 1mm or so. The score line will just be like 1mm out in comparison to the bottom of the box. Excuse me. That's how the lid fits perfectly. One of the great things about using the window sheet as well is that it will always clip to your box. If you find, like you can see now, that this has come apart quite well, you can just get your bone folder, go and recrease your lines, especially on the window sheet. And can you see that it's gone back to that almost triangular shape, and then it clips on really well. So every time it gets a little bit loose because it's had a lot of use, just literally go back and recrease those lines and it will fit perfectly every single time. So Judy, absolutely no excuse now for not making perfect boxes. Hope you really enjoyed it, and hope you found that this was really useful. Okay then, thanks very much. Bye.